Hello everybody, welcome to the Maimonides Mitzvah moment. In today's lesson we focus once more on the mitzvah, the negative mitzvah or prohibition from to do work on Shabbat. Now of course the second you say you cannot do work on Shabbat, the question is, what's work? Work can be a highly subjective term, right? As I've said before, if you work in an office downtown, then going up north and fishing for you is very relaxing and restful. If you're a fisherman, then that's your work. So the Torah and Jewish law help provide the definition for what work is, and in the oral Torah it explains that there are 39 forms of forbidden work, and that's called avot milachot. We've gone through them, but I want to kind of give you, in the 3 minutes that we have today, give you kind of an example of how the work as defined in Jewish law is organized and evolved. So just as an example, we'll take one of those forms of forbidden work, which is kotev, to write. So one of the milachot, what halacha defines as work, is writing. You're not allowed to write on Shabbat. Okay. Now that's called an av malacha. Av means father. Why do we call it a father? Because that's a primary form of work, which then later becomes a whole category, and then there will be what's called a tulda. Tulda is when a form of work that becomes a subcategory of the general av malacha of writing. So what's a tulda? In this case, an example of a tulda is if you have someone come into your home or into your business and paint on the wall a design with colors or a picture. So that person is not technically writing, but because it's similar to writing, that becomes a tulda and also prohibited on Shabbat. So the av is writing letters. That's the father primary form of work. The tulda is drawing a picture or a design. Okay, and then there's one more thing, and that is the first two are biblically mandated. You can't write on Shabbat, that's biblically mandated. To make a design on Shabbat, also biblically prohibited on Shabbat. Then there's a shvut, which is a rabbinical thing that's added, where the rabbis come and say one shouldn't hire someone to do work or sell something. If you're in shul and say, "Hey, do you want to buy my van?" And you say, "Yeah, well, how much you want? 10,000. Well, how many miles, etc." Back and forth. You handle a little bit. Let's make a deal. The rabbi said, even if you don't write anything down, you shouldn't do that on Shabbat, lest you come to write on Shabbat. So the whole idea of doing business on Shabbat, buying, selling, renting, loaning, doing a loan, that's prohibited, not biblically but rabbinically, but also its source comes from the biblical prohibition to write on Shabbat. Okay?